So guys, a new update 21.0 just dropped for BTD6, and it's got quite a bit of stuff. That is if you like balance changes. So just looking at the menu here, we got a new map, encrypted, new trophy store items, new achievements, quality of life fixes, and as I mentioned again, balance changes. So let's get right into it. First off, we're going to clear off all the new items in the trophy store. A lot of them are limited time, will be going away when Halloween ends. But I believe it is coming back next year, so if you do miss it, don't worry, it'll be back in a year. So let's see, Monkey Ace Bone Dart. So it looks like we got projectile skins for towers now. Not quite tower skins. Because again, as I mentioned, it's quite a bit of work to redecorate every single upgrade for a tower. So it makes sense why it only works on the darts, because it's only one thing they have to replace. Same with the bomb pumpkins. Let's get that. Farm candy corns. Grim Farmer. This transforms your monkey farmer to a real spooky boy. Let's get that. Coffin drop. Like we use cash drops anyways. Hatchet balloons. Bones pop FX. Bunch of avatars. And there's a few other items that won't go away when Halloween ends. So no need to rush for that. But it looks like we got pets. Not just for heroes, but for towers. Super Monkey and Monkey Sub. So we're definitely going to check that out. We're going to check out as many of these cosmetics as we can. And then we'll jump into a game real quick. Skeleton Bat. Top it all off. And let's do it. Cleared out the entire store and we still have 668 trophies to spare. If only we got 2 less. Anyways. New map. Encrypted is intermediate, looks like. Alright. We'll just jump into a hard mode. Standard as usual. And let's begin. So first impression looks like, well, 2 lanes. And they split off at the entrance. Let me just drop my free dart somewhere. And a sub. Just to defend both sides at first. But yeah, I believe they do enter this, this building. Not sure what else to call it right now. And then they exit from the bottom left, bottom right. So quite a long map. But it's definitely quite unique because you cannot, I believe, yeah, you can't shoot inside the building. Unless, obviously, you have, like, a mortar. Or an ace or a heli. Which we don't have. Can we place towers? Yes, we can, but only in this, this circle for now. I believe this is removable. Yes, it is. 250 each. That actually might be, one of the cheapest, removables we have. I don't think any map has one that costs this little. 250 only. Anyways, we'll just draw a bomb shooter because of the new cosmetic. Shooting pumpkins. So yeah, I guess over time during this game, I'll go over as many balance changes as I can. But I probably won't get through all of them. And I'll probably reserve some of the biggest balance changes for, you know, its own video. But that's basically what this update has to offer. It wasn't a big one, by any means. But definitely enough to stir the pot, at least for the next little while. So yeah, let's get to removing some of these rocks from the coffins. Start on the top right. Now I did get a little ahead of myself here, and I looked into how this map actually works. So it won't be a surprise to me, but it might be a surprise to some of you about what this does. Well, first off, can you place towers on this coffin? If you try a sniper, the answer looks to be no. But if you try a dart monkey, also appears to be no. But if we try an engineer, look at that. It's placeable now. So why does it work with the NG and not the sniper or the dart monkey? Well, basically it has to do with the categories of the towers. Each coffin represents its own category, and this top right one belongs to supports. Color-coded brown. And that being said, you can probably guess what the other colors represents, just looking at the panels on the right side. So if you do green, you'll notice the coffin is half water. Half water, half land. That's to fit a sub or a boat, I believe. Yes, it is. Yes, indeed. Let's do this. So now we can place any primary tower we want. We probably can place multiple within a coffin. So I'll try to fit as much space as I can. We'll do attack. Attack being one of the many towers that got changed its updates / buffed. Not a super huge change for attack, But basically, the Ring of Fire, it got buffed yet again. People still aren't using it very much, aside from, like, races. So what they did was they added 1 more damage when you cross path the bottom side. So now the 402 does 5 damage instead of 4, I believe. And it was 4 instead of 3, I believe, last update or 2 updates ago. So basically the 402 Ring of Fire does like 67% more damage now after like 2 balance changes. Not sure if it's going to be viable still, but if it is viable, then it just goes to show how quickly things can change. Now, at the time of commentating this, I don't believe there's any other quirks to this map aside from what you're already seeing. So basically, removable objects in the middle, and a new mechanic where you can only place, you know, a certain subset of tower in a certain placement. But I don't believe once you unlock everything, something else happens when you place towers here. I think that's it. But I'll let you know if anybody discovers anything. Because y'all know that sometimes NK likes to leave in some super secret things that takes a while for people to figure out. I do believe there's a new achievement, hidden achievement this update as well, which, as of right now, I don't know yet, but again, we'll let you know what it is when we figure it out. So yeah, I think I actually messed up. I'm gonna sell this boat. I think I need a decamo first off. I don't believe a village can fit in this super tiny range here. I'm gonna sell an energy for it. So yeah, what now? I guess we'll go over some of the balance changes in this update. Again, I'm gonna go over the minor ones and leave the biggest ones, at least the ones I believe to be super huge, game-changing, as their own separate commentary / video. Now, if I hover over this Alchemist here, you'll probably notice one thing, or a few things. One, Stronger Stim costs quite a bit of money now, and this is no longer Acid Pool. What's going on with the Alchemist? Well, they changed it. That's for one. I guess they weren't satisfied with how the place where Alchemist is right now. Maybe they still think it's too OP. But yeah, on top of that, I don't think this is a buff nerf by any means, but they just swapped faster throwing and Acid Pool. In fact, it's actually kind of a, well, I guess a price buff, because now you don't have to spend money on Acid Pool if you're only going for a buff and Alchemist. So basically, overall, it's 150 extra you're paying for faster throwing, but 600 less for Acid Pool. So basically, you save 450 now when you go for the bottom path, which basically negates, you know, the top path. I believe 402 costs basically about as much as 401 now, plus or minus $50. So yeah, still mostly a nerf, but bit of tweaking all around. That being said, let's get that Ring of Fire now. Although, now that I got this, we are lacking some ult damage. I guess we will spam some fighter planes. Again, new A starts. Trying to showcase as many of these new cosmetics as we can. Just in case maybe you don't have all the trophies to buy everything out of the store. You want to see what looks good first. But yeah, on that note, I guess we'll also farm and drop a farmer. That new Grim Reaper right over here. Bit late for farming, but again, it doesn't matter that much. We're playing a intermediate map on hard. And next buff on the list, Mortar Monkey. If you've seen the past few updates patch notes, you'll notice NK has focused a lot on changing the cross paths to make them useful, to give the player, you know, an option of whether to go for this cross path or the other. It's never, they're trying their best not to make it, oh, this cross path is always better than this one, no matter what. Like with the mortar, when you go for top path, you always go for middle path. When you go for bottom path, you always go for middle path. And basically what they've done is, they've now done a cross path. If you go 302, Burny stuff does more damage. I still don't think it's going to be used, but hey, at least they're giving us, you know, something better for the other cross path. Because I think overall, the attack speed that you get from the, you know, middle path is going to far outweigh the Burny stuff DOT. But again, nothing wrong with the change. In fact, it might be pretty significant on 502 biggest one. For the big one, it only does 3 Burny stuff damage. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if it says 3 Burny stuff damage, I believe it means however many ticks the Burny stuff does originally, like let's say 3 ticks, like if a Burny stuff pops a pink balloon to a yellow, the yellow will be burning to a red after 3 ticks. So what I'm led to assume now is that a 3 damage Burny Stuff will do 9 damage to a Burny Ceramic. Which is actually kind of huge, because if you look at the biggest one, the Burny Stuff damage is now 25. That's quite a big increase from 3 earlier. So if I'm reading this correctly, it means 502 does like 75 damage over time, which actually isn't anything to scoff at. Obviously you like attack speed, but let's say there's like balloons everywhere on the map and you need to micro your biggest one. In that case, 522 might be pretty good, because if you're gonna target 4 parts at once, you're just gonna like cycle through each part. That would do some pretty nasty DOT damage, because you're getting it on everything, as many as you can. Although obviously this is just in theory, I don't know if it's actually going to be better in any situation. But I'm sure some of you challenge editor fanatics will find a way to make some of these new crosspaths useful. Speaking of challenge editor, I should mention, yes, again, as expected, nothing new in challenge editor this update. Not that I expected anything, to be honest. Again, going to this, I was pretty much expecting a new map, trophy store items, and balance changes, as basically advertised. So can't really get mad because of that. But I do really hope that by the end of the year, they will have at least something for Challenge Editor. Something different. And race rewards. Those are, again, the 2 things that I'm really hoping get some sort of update. Get some love from the devs. Because they did mention in the patch notes, and one of the patch notes at the start of the year, that there'd be some really huge changes going forward with Challenge Editor. Maybe huge is a bit of an overstatement on my part. But basically all they've done so far for the year on Challenge Editor is added the tier restrictions, which isn't bad, it's good. Definitely a much needed change. But if that's all they have in a year, I'm not lying, I would be a little bit disappointed. Because I'd hope there'd be a little bit more than that. Again, stats for challenges, a public menu would be nice. Just so you don't have to rely on searching outside of the game for certain codes. Maybe you just want to look at codes from a certain player. Challenges made by a certain player. Like, wouldn't it be cool if in your player profile, you could choose to pin some of challenges that you want people to look at, want people to share, not even necessarily your own challenges. Like, if there's a challenge you enjoy playing, you could pin that to your profile and then people would be able to see that. And maybe they can discover that challenge yourself, rather than having to go to like Reddit or Discord to share your challenge, or YouTube. I don't know, just throwing ideas out there that I think would improve Challenge Editor, improve the game overall. Let me know what you guys think of those ideas, or maybe what you guys want to see in an update most. Let me know. Although obviously I'm not a dev, so I can't give you what you want. And obviously adding these things to Challenge Editor would require a lot of, dev hours. It's not as easy as just, oh yeah, let's just add challenges to your profile. Done. Snap your fingers. I understand that it takes time. But what I know doesn't take time to make is race reward changes. It's just a value, that's it. I don't know if it's just me, but they seem really reluctant to just not want to give anybody monkey money for playing races. For doing well in races. Like, they don't want to budge. All you gotta do is change the value of the monkey money. That's it. Not a lot to ask for. But at this point, I've kind of given up on trying to get changes to it. But yeah, we got the biggest one now. Not sure you can see the Burny stuff in action. It's pretty hard to. But putting up here is a really good spot for the biggest one. Gets the entrance and the middle path. The middle of the building. And you don't even have to move it. So yeah, I reckon, again, global range towers will be superior on this map. And towers that see over walls like Wizard, Alchemist. Speaking of Wizard, that got a lot of changes, and you'll see it in another video, so make sure to press that subscribe button. And before this game finishes, there are a lot of changes to heroes. A lot of buffs. Churchill got a tiny XP buff, Adora 2. Etienne got a little bit of a buff too. Same with the Zealy. Buffs all around to all the, not necessarily underpowered heroes, but not the A+ tier heroes. So they're now a little closer to the top. All of them, including Fusty. They over-nerfed him, I believe, and they gave back some duration to his level 3 ability, and that's it. So yeah, and that's basically it for this this game here. Just gonna wait for this zoom to pop. Should obviously be easy. And GG, easy. That is encrypted on hard. Quite the breeze, but still a pretty interesting gimmick with the, again, different colored coffins. If there's one thing to take away from this, it's that they're really good at making new unique maps. That's all. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next update video. Probably going over more of the balance changes, because what you saw there was only probably half of the new changes. But before I go, let's just collect some achievements. Thanks for the free 500 monkey money. All we gotta do is make an account. That was easy. And take a look at this. It's not just one secret achievement, it's 3. Based on the images, you can probably already tell what they give for you. But again, I don't know as of this commentary, but I probably will know at some point, and you'll see a video on that. So again, make sure to subscribe to keep up on all the updates in this game. And follow my Twitch, because I'll be streaming this game, this update, decent amount as well. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and see you in the next video.